From local voters on the candidates for CD5, our Bill Folsom is in studio tonight speaking with 3 local students. Bill.
Yeah, Diane, in the 18 to 29-year-old category of voters, that is usually the lowest representation when it comes to voting. In fact, in 2022, there was only 25% from that demographic that actually voted. It was higher than that 2 years earlier than that, but again, that was a lower number. And then we have every 10 years as you go up, it goes up by about 10%, the number that of what their demographic votes for. So we've got this crew with us today who are students at both UCCS and Colorado College. One, David, who is a graduate student, and he works with some of the younger students. And then we have Stefan. He is over at UCCS, and Peyton, who is at Colorado College. We've got left-leaning, right-leaning, and then we have the professor who was just talking about people in your age group who are increasingly unaffiliated and how they're listening to both sides. I don't know, what stood out, let's start with you, David, tonight that maybe gets you to want to vote for the candidate that represents your side, or do you hear things on both sides that get you thinking?
Thanks, Bill. So listening to the student body as well as where I'm coming from, it's not really what the candidate said, it's more what they didn't say. You know, we're all used to the platitudes, and that's where the student body is becoming disillusioned with campaign promises. So it's when they deflect or denigrate the opposing party, you kind of hear that, like, okay, we want positive movement for the student body, for the younger demographic, and this pointing fingers and blaming each other is not going to resolve issues for them.
Yeah. So Stefan, we heard the professor also talking about how some people are saying they'll associate their vote with President Trump. Crank tonight said he's a standalone person. Do you see him as separate from Trump, or does that affect how you want to vote as well?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the question. I think when it comes to Jeff Crank and whether or not he supports the president, and whether or not I see him as just another extension of the president, him in particular I do see as an extension of Donald Trump in a lot of ways. But when it comes to some of his more personal responses, I do see, okay, that is that is Jeff Crank, that is what he believes and not what Donald Trump believes, particularly around when he talks about military and the Iran war.
Okay. And Peyton, we also heard about saying that young people are instructed, listen to the issues. Were there issues that stood out? Because tonight they were pointing fingers at each other. Did that stand out to you, or did the, I don't know, policies that they were talking about stand out to you?
I mean, young people have grown up, especially our generation, we've grown up in this political uncertainty and this extreme polarization between both parties. What young students are looking for right now is solutions. We're looking for plans. When I was watching that debate, I was specifically looking for, are they answering the questions, and are they actually giving the correct answers to those questions? Are they giving me solutions to the problems that are things that they can actually do? And to be honest with you, I still am a little in between right now, because I watched that debate and I was getting very few answers. One of the big topics obviously is immigration for a lot of young students, especially Colorado College students. It's a big issue at our school and something that a lot of students will start a roar about, and I think that Jessica Killin had a really great answer on that, one that sounded a little rehearsed, but one that I was very impressed with.
Just quickly, we're going to go with yours as immigration stood out to you. In 5 seconds, what stood out to you?
The economy.
And you?
I think they're all intermixed, but overall for us, education.